Welcome back, everyone. The U.S. tech industry has seen better days. Major companies, including Alphabet, Microsoft, and Meta, announcing laying off existing workers or slowing down hiring over economic uncertainty. Let's bring in our very own Dan Howley for the details. So, Dan, this doesn't seem to be going away.
Yeah, it certainly isn't. You know, for Google, or Google's parent Alphabet, they've basically said, look, we have already hired people this year. They said they hired more than about 10,000 new employees this year. So it's not as though they're not hiring, but now going forward, they're going to be slowing hiring. Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Alphabet, said they have to be more focused, a little bit leaner. So it's not as though they're letting people go. They, though, are going to be slowing down hiring going forward, though they said they will still be hiring for certain important positions. Now, that obviously goes with what we've seen out of companies like Facebook parent Meta, which said, you know, if there are people here that don't want to be here, then hit the door. You know, they're not necessarily having major layoffs, but they are pushing people to say, look, there are some people on our teams that aren't doing well. We want that to kind of be reported. They said that they need to be leaner and meaner as well. And we've seen this across basically the spectrum of tech companies. And it looks like we're going to continue. Obviously, Netflix has had layoffs. We've seen slowdowns at the likes of NVIDIA, which said that they're not going to be hiring as much as they may have in the past. A lot of these companies are saying, look, we've already onboarded so many people. We don't need to continue to hire. But, you know, against this economic backdrop, it doesn't necessarily look good.
So, Dan, do you think we're making a little bit too much then of these layoffs? Because you point out the size of the layoffs. They've been pretty small at most of these companies. Are they maybe in better shape than we've been making them out to be?
I think it's just because, you know, these are the gigantic tech companies that have, you know, hundreds of thousands of employees, or at least more than 100,000 employees. And when you see layoffs or even slowdowns there, you start to think, well, if these big companies that are supposed to be so positioned so well aren't doing as well as they normally are, then this is a larger problem. So I think that's really what people are saying. They're looking at this saying, you know, this is Alphabet, this is Meta. They're not hiring new people or they're slowing down. That's when it starts to get a little scary.